Hello, Houston. It's Elizabeth Miranda Liz, your bilingual realtor with Miranda Properties, and welcome to our show, Casa y Vida Houston on CBBA Radio. So today we have a great topic, which is going to be FHA loans, what to qualify, what are the requirements, etc. But before we do that, we want to talk about our sponsors. So our first sponsor is Susie Condelopoulos, and Susie is a loan officer, and we actually have her on the show today. But Susie is with Gateway Mortgage, and you can contact her at 281-250-2696. If you are looking to get pre-approved for a home loan, Susie can help you, whether it's an FHA, conventional, VA, any kind of loan, she can help you. Or if you're looking to refinance your home, because this is definitely a good time to refinance your home because interest rates are going up. So be sure to give her a call. Our next sponsor is Texas Low Cost Insurance Agency. They are in Deer Park, but they can help you regardless of where you live. Anywhere in Houston, just give them a call at 281-941-2863, and they specialize in homeowners insurance. Don't forget to get your flood insurance. With the hurricane season coming up, it's super important. And don't forget that there is a 30-day waiting period before the flood goes into effect. So that means you need to buy your insurance now if you want to have insurance by next month. So give them a call. Our next sponsor is yours truly, Elizabeth Miranda. I am a real estate agent. Don't want you to think I'm just a show host. If you are looking to buy, to sell, or even lease, we do apartment leasing, apartment locating. We could also help you with apartments, but we do specialize in selling homes and helping buyers, especially first-time home buyers. I do work weekends, so give me a call anytime at 832-878-1255, and we definitely do FHA loans, which is what we're going to talk about. All right, we will get started with our show. So, like I said earlier, we are going to talk about FHA loans today, and we have Susie Condelopoulos with Gateway Mortgage. Welcome, Susie.
Hi there, Liz. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really excited to be here and share the information on FHA loans.
Well, we're so happy to have you, Susie. We haven't had you in a few weeks. What have you been doing?
It's been a little while. I'm working, busy, helping lots of clients get into homes this summer, getting them pre-approved so that my realtors can go out and show them homes.
Right. This is a busy season, right? I mean,
very busy.
Yeah.
The summertime is our high season in real estate. So lots of people want to buy a home in the summertime because the kids are out of school, they're more relaxed, and they can go look at homes and get into the house that they want.
Yeah, I know. I've been pretty busy myself.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to talk about FHA loans, Susie. Most of the buyers that I represent do get FHA loans, and they definitely want to know, what are the benefits. Some people wonder, why are we offering FHA loans? What are the benefits? So tell us a little bit about an FHA loan. What can you tell us about it? Why an FHA loan? What are the benefits?
Well, the reason that we use FHA a lot for the first-time home buyer. And the reason that we do that is because the FHA loan is really going to open up to a lot of buyers because the guidelines are much more flexible. And some of those things that make it a little bit better for the first-time home buyer would be that, for instance, you can get an FHA loan with a little bit lower credit score than a conventional loan.
What is the minimum credit score?
Okay, so most banks like 640. Some of the lenders go down to 620, and some of us go down to 580. We go down to 580 over at Gateway.
580, you said?
Yes, 580 FICO score.
Okay.
That's what we can do.
Okay, well, that's awesome, because that is important to know that, FHA has its guidelines, right, which is a minimum of 580,
Yes.
or in the 500s, right? But, of course, lenders have their own guidelines as well. So some lenders, even though they do FHA, they might say you have to have a 640.
Exactly.
So it's good to know that Susie's company does it even to 580. So
Yes.
if you've been told you cannot get an FHA
Yes.
loan because your score is not 640, then you
Exactly.
definitely want to try another lender. So definitely make sure that you contact Susie, because she can do it as low as 580, because
Yes.
FHA does allow that. That's
Yes.
awesome. Now,
Yes.
what else? One of the things, Susie, that I always like to talk to people about is about the type of loan. People think that an
Yes.
FHA is a government loan, that the government is lending you the money. Is that correct?
No, the government isn't actually lending you the money. The lender is lending you the money, the lender, the mortgage company, or the bank. It's just that the FHA loan is backed by the government. It is insured by the government. And all that means is that if the loan, someone was to go into default, the government would go ahead and give 80% of that amount back to the lender or the bank.
Right. So therefore, basically, the
Yes.
lender can feel comfortable issuing that loan, right?
Exactly.
Right. Because a lot of times, oftentimes, FHA loans sometimes can help low or moderate income earners, and
Yes.
so. Lenders might be hesitant to lend the money, but when they know that it's an FHA loan that's backed by the government,
Yes.
they're not going to lose as much money if that person were to default
Exactly.
on the loan, right?
Exactly. So that's why the guidelines are a little bit more relaxed. They're not as strict as a conventional loan
Exactly.
for that reason.
Right. So they can help put more people in homes. That's what we're all about, is getting more people into your home.
Yes.
And now, can they use an FHA loan, whether it's a new home or an existing home?
Yes. Yes, you can get an FHA loan and you can buy an existing home or a new construction, new home.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Now, what about down payment? What about down payment? What is the down payment on an FHA loan?
One of the main reasons we like to use FHA is because on an FHA loan, you can put a minimum of only 3.5% down of the purchase price. So with a conventional loan, you have to put at least 5%, sometimes 10%. So it opens up the market to more people because sometimes people can only save so much money to buy their home. So it's a lot better for people that don't have $20,000 sitting in the bank. They don't need as much because they can put 3.5% down. So on a $100,000 house, that's only $3,500.
Yeah.
For example.
Right. So $3,500 to get into a home for the down payment on a home if it's a $100,000 home. So it's certainly very affordable. The truth is
Yes.
that people pay that amount sometimes just to get into an apartment, because I know I do help people
Yes.
get into apartments, or especially homes. You know, a
Yes.
home is
Yes.
always going to ask you for your first month's rent, your deposit, and sometimes
Yes.
they even ask you for extra deposit if you have
Yes.
pets or anything. So $3,500
Yes.
is not a lot of money, guys. It makes it very affordable.
It does
Now,
make it affordable.
is an FHA loan assumable?
Yes, a lot of people don't know that an FHA loan is assumable and a conventional loan is not assumable.
And tell us, what does that mean?
That means that if you sell your house, that the next buyer can come in and actually assume the loan that you have already in place, an FHA loan.
Right.
You can do that.
I think that's very important because
Yes.
you cannot do that with a conventional loan, right?
No, you cannot do that at all. That is not allowed with a conventional loan. So for some people, that may be the only way that they can get into a home, is an assumable loan. A lot of people just don't know that FHA is assumable.
Right.
Just like a VA loan is. It's
Right.
assumable.
Right. And so what that means, guys, is that if you buy a home, FHA, and you for some reason can't make the payments, or you need to move out, maybe you're transferred to another state, and you cannot have your home, and someone can assume the loan. Let's just say
Right.
that you've got a friend or a neighbor, someone who wants to take over the payments. Basically, they can do that legally, just take over the payments. Now, of course, they still have to qualify, just like
Yes.
like you qualified for the loan. But
Right.
the good thing is that it's not, they don't have to they can just assume that loan instead of
Correct.
having to have the cost of it incurred
Yes.
of getting a whole other loan, etc. They just take over that loan, and the payments would stay the same then, right?
Yes.
Because they were taking over your payments.
The payments will be the same.
Right, so that's good.
So that's a big point.
Now, what else? What else can you think of that would be, what other benefits do FHA loans have?
Oh, well, definitely FHA will allow us for the buyer to get more house. So that means their purchasing power is more. So, and that's because of the DTI. The DTI goes higher on an FHA loan than a conventional loan. The
Okay.
conventional loan normally has about 40%, and then your FHAs at most companies go up to 45%, but a lot of lenders have opened it up and they go up to 55%. At Gateway, at my company, we can go up to 55% on an FHA loan. So let's say, for instance, if someone was looking for a house and they wanted a $150,000 house, on a conventional loan, they might not be qualified for that 150. But on an FHA, we can stretch that DTI and get them approved for the amount that they're looking for.
Right. So just so you guys know, just to clarify, because I have to interpret the lender speak over here. She says
Right.
DTI because she's so used to it,
DTI.
right? But
Right.
for those people that don't know what she's referring to as far as DTI,
Right.
it's the debt to income ratio, and that basically means how much debt you're allowed to have versus how much income you have.
Right.
So in other words, if your income is say $3,000 a month, your
Right.
debt cannot exceed a certain amount.
Exactly.
Right. And so on conventional loans, that total amount of debt, including your mortgage, insurance, etc., all that new debt plus the existing debt cannot pass a certain amount.
Right.
So with FHA, they let you have more debt. You're allowed to have
Exactly.
a little bit higher debt and your payments. So that's called your debt, your total debt. Your total debt could
Yes.
possibly go as high as 50, well 45. Some places allow 50, and like Susan says, her bank allows up to 55%. That means
Yes.
that half of your income could be debt, your debt plus your
Yes.
new house payment, etc. So that's really, really, really good, because I'm telling you, a lot of people cannot get approved for home loans
Right.
simply because they owe already too much money. So
Exactly.
definitely a good thing. I'm sure there's a
Exactly.
few more other things which we'll talk about as soon as we get back. Let's go ahead and take a little break. Well, welcome back to Casa y Vida show, and we are talking to Susie Condelopoulos with Gateway Mortgage about the FHA loans, about the benefits of an FHA loan, guys. So, really, like I said, this is a fantastic loan. Sometimes I think that people just don't think that they qualify for home loans, and you would be surprised to find out. I've had many people come to me and that they're like, no, I don't want to apply because I don't think I'm going to qualify, so they just don't apply, and they're very surprised to find out that they do with an FHA loan. So we talked about an FHA loan has a lower credit score. It is backed by the government. It has a lower down payment. It is assumable. What other benefits are they? What about this? We talked about the down payment.
Right.
Can it be a gift?
Yes. So you can get 100% gift for the down payment on an FHA loan.
So explain to us what we mean by a gift.
So a gift is when a family member gifts you the money for the down payment. So you cannot get a personal loan for your down payment. You can't use your credit cards for the down payment. So if you don't have the money already saved up in the bank or in, say, a retirement account like a 401k, then you would have to, maybe a family member could help you, and you could actually do 100% gift from a family member. Family member means, in the FHA guidelines, mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, aunt, uncle. Just they have to be a family member.
Okay, super.
And they can gift you 100% of the down payment.
Okay, so if your down payment is, say, $3,500, let's say it's a $100,000 home, $3,500, and your
Yes.
parents want to give you that money, they can give you that money. It is allowed.
They can give you that money.
Super.
They can gift you the down payment.
Right, okay.
Definitely. Gift
Yeah.
funds are acceptable.
Which is very important, because in other
Yes.
types of loans, it's not okay. Sometimes people, again, I deal with this all the time, that I have people come to me and they say, oh, well, my parents are going to give me the money, or, no, they can do it in certain, not in all loans, but they can in
Yes.
FHA. And of course, there's a process of how it has to get done.
Yes.
So if that's your situation, don't have your parents give you the money and go stick it in the bank right now. Apply for the loan, and then the loan
Yes.
officer will work with you and explain
Yes.
to you the method for getting that gift letter, because you
Right.
have to get a gift letter. You've got to show where the money came from, etc. So there are
Yes.
certain steps that have to be taken. So you want to make sure that
Yes.
it's done right.
We do.
Yes. Now, what about down payment assistance programs? Can those be used?
Yes, so you can use the FHA pairs well with the down payment assistance programs that are out there. It goes well with them because you can get a lot of the money that they're giving will cover that 3.5%. So it covers all of the down payment. A lot of the down payment programs right now, except for the city of Houston, have gone down to only 3 and 4% of assistance. So you'd rather do the down payment assistance with the FHA loan. And because the FHA loan allows you to have more debt, it's better to do that down payment assistance program with an FHA loan. You can also do with a conventional loan. Some of the down payment assistance programs are accepting conventional loans now. Before, they didn't used to accept them. Now they've started to. But with a conventional loan, again, you're not going to qualify on a conventional loan as much as you would on an FHA loan. You'll be qualified for more purchase price, a higher purchase price. So it pairs well with the down payment assistance programs because that down payment will cover the 3.5%, the minimum. So it really goes well with it.
Now, is it possible, Susie, for someone to get a gift and also a down payment assistance program with an FHA loan?
Oh, Liz, that is a great question. Yes, I want you to know I just submitted a file and the borrower only had so much money, and we're doing an FHA loan, and they're getting the TDHCA, which is a 4% down program, and they're getting the assistant program. They're going to cover, the 4% is going to cover the 3.5%, and then the rest of the money is coming in the form of a gift of about $6,000, and that will cover the closing costs and the taxes and the insurance. So the borrower is getting into the home with down payment assistance and a gift from a family member.
Wow, and about how much, so how much is that person
Yes.
then going to have to bring to closing?
Well, they're not they're only paying for their appraisal and their inspection and their earnest money. So that's about $1,000 maybe, sometimes $1,500, and the rest is coming from a down payment assistance program and the gift from the family member. And that's all they're going to come out of pocket with.
Wow, guys.
That's big.
Again, guys, it is very much possible to come in with very little down. Now, you always have to have some money because, like Susie said,
Yes.
you've got to pay for your inspections. You're
Yes.
going to have to pay for an appraisal. These are things that are paid before the closing. You also have to have money for your earnest money. In other words, as soon as we find a home for you, you're going to have to write a check for that earnest money, which could be, say, even $500. So you've got to have that money in the bank, your inspection, and then your appraisal. So it's really nothing. I mean, definitely sometimes less than you would if you were going to rent a house. Because like I said, oftentimes on a house you need like $3,000 just to get in. So it can be done with very little down. So make sure that you contact us, guys.
Yes.
Contact us because you never know. Now, one more thing. Is this FHA only for first-time home buyers?
Now, the FHA loan, you could have owned a house before. You can own another house, but it can't be an FHA loan if you currently own a house. The FHA loan, you have to move into the house. You have to occupy the house. That is the requirement of the FHA. So, unfortunately, you can't use the FHA loan to buy an investment house. It has to be owner occupied. You have to live in the house.
Okay,
Yes.
so it has to be owner occupied. You cannot buy a second home. If I own a home and I want to buy a second home, maybe like a home in Galveston to go on the weekends, is that allowable? Can
On
I buy
FHA, yes, you can do that. You just can't buy an investment home. You can buy a second home as long as the second home is 50 miles away from your current home, your primary home.
I didn't know that.
You can do that.
Okay, so can I?
Yes, you
But
can.
now, can I buy both homes? Can I have two FHA loans?
No, you can't
Okay,
have
that's
two
all right.
FHA loans. You can't do two FHA loans.
Okay. So you cannot have two FHA loans.
Not at the same time.
What about if I have a conventional loan on my current home?
Yes.
But then I want to get my second home on an FHA loan.
You can do that.
Right. And by second home, we don't mean a second home that I'm going to rent out to someone, but we
No.
mean a second home that I'm going to go to Galveston
Yes.
on the weekends or in my summers, etc.
Exactly.
With
You
an
have
FHA.
to. Second home means that you're going to occupy the property for at least 14 days of the year or more.
Okay, but not investment. investment homes. Okay,
Not
guys?
investment homes.
All right, there, guys. Well, there you go. Well, like we said, this is fantastic information. Susie, you've got Susie information there. Give her a call, guys. She does take calls on the weekends. 281-250-2696. This is the time to buy right now in the summer. There are so many homes available. This is the time to call her.
Yes.
And she, I'm sure, takes her calls up to 8 o'clock at night at least.
Yes, I do.
On the weekends. Give her a call. Can they apply by phone, Susie?
They can apply over the phone. They can apply on my website, and 24/7 on the website, and they can call me up to 8 o'clock every night, and I will answer my phone.
She makes it super easy.
Yes.
And guys, you can also contact me. Of course, I'll give you my number in a minute again.
Yes.
But remember that you can contact me, and I am actually also starting to take appointments on Saturdays. So there's my information. I am starting this Saturday, to take appointments on Saturdays and answer your calls on Saturdays from 9 in the morning to 2 p.m. So call me 832-878-1255. Sometimes people, I don't know why, they even though they have to apply with a loan officer, they kind of like to apply with the realtor. So I have no problem if you want to come meet with me and bring me the documents, and I send them. I make sure that the loan officer, that Susie, gets them. I'll walk you through that application, because sometimes it's very intimidating. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want, however you want to do it, call Susie directly. Call me. You want a weekend appointment, I can meet you live at my office on a Saturday. All right, guys, so just real quickly, I just want to remind you that we do have some homes for sale. These are the same ones that I've shown you the last couple of weeks, but this offer originally was going to expire on June the 17th. This builder is giving up to $7,500 in closing costs. They're on the east side of town. This is the last weekend. They did extend it till the 30th, so this is the last weekend that they've got that offer. $7,500 in closing costs, or up to $7,500 in closing costs. These beautiful homes, any of these homes that you see up there, you can use that up to the $7,500 in closing costs. And also, they're also going to give you this move-in package, which is washer, dryer, stainless steel and refrigerator, and blinds, as well as those other things that are listed on there. So give me a call, guys. Again, I am taking appointments for this Saturday and this Sunday. There's my cell phone number, 832-878-1255. Give me a call. We'll schedule something to go see that house, or you want to submit your application, give me a call. I'll help you. I'll walk you through the whole process. All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for today. Now, Susie is going to stay with us for our Spanish show. So stay on for the Spanish show if you want to watch that. If not, we will see you next Thursday at 1 p.m. in English, and always at 1:30 in Spanish. See you next week.